Hey everyone, it's Chris here from Those Dynamics Guys, otherwise known as the Tattooed CRM Guy on Twitter. Right, so uh, yesterday I saw there's been a bunch of posts on Twitter about the WYSIWYG editor for model-driven forms being released in preview. Super exciting. I'm on leave at the moment, so I'm kind of hiding from my wife and kids right now in like one of our top rooms, which is pretty awesome. So if you hear any squawking, if I get accosted by a cat at any point or a child, I apologize, but let's see how this works, right? So I feel like I'm unboxing something because I'm really excited about this. But I know it's still in preview, so I haven't touched this yet. So I don't know how this is going to go, but just roll with me. Okay. So what I've done is I've gone into the maker experience. I've gone into one of the solutions I'm busy with, and I can see that when I select a form over there, you've got form editor and edit form in preview. So let's hit that bad boy. Now, this is not a complex form. It's not massively complex. I mean, I've got a bunch of tabs and stuff that I've created here, and then there's some embedded elements. Now, the reason I've selected this specific entity and form is because I know that I've got like subgrids and iframes and things. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. So this is my form. First thing I notice is when I click, I can select the different attributes, and you got your information on the right, which is pretty cool. There's your formatting options. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. First thing I want to do is I want to see if I can move them. No. Okay, that makes sense. We'll try adding a field shortly. So this is my form design. There's a zoom button over there. We can get up close and personal. That's awesome. Okay, so let's just try maybe nope, it doesn't let me move him. I've got my switch to classic, which is pretty cool. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to add a new field. So normally you select the section. I've got add field over there. Here's my list. So the first thing I notice is I don't have the ability to add a field like in the classic view directly from the form, which is fine. You'll probably just need to switch out into your maker experience and then add fields there, save them, and then they'll be available here, which is fine. So my guess would be that I'm probably just going to have to let's stick a random field on there. Oh, okay, cool. Adds to the bottom of the section. Can I move that? No. Alright, so let's try select under policy and just try and add another field, maybe created by. Okay, cool. So it kind of adds it under the element, which is awesome. Makes sense. So it's pretty linear. How do we remove these? There's a little delete button at the top there. Gotcha. Okay, that's easy enough. So this is. Let's see. Maybe I don't have any other elements at the top there other than add control, and that gives me tabs and sections. So if I want to add a new section, okay, there it is there. And if I want to add if I want to add a field to that section, let's say again created by. I'm just adding random stuff. Okay, fab. I mean, so that's pretty straightforward, right? It adds it in a linear type fashion, which is cool. Let's try and add in another tab real quick. So I'm assuming add controls. Let's add a 2-column tab, my personal favorite. There you go. There it is there, and there's obviously no fields. So again, go to add fields. Created by. Got my information there. Can I select the tab? That's my section. I can change the section name obviously to section of awesome. Don't follow my naming convention ever. There we go, cool. And tab names. Yep, new tab. Tab of. I'll be a great configurator. Okay, cool. So we got tab of awesome, a section of awesome, and created by. Very detailed. Let's have a look and see what else we got here. My immediate requirement would be probably to want to add a subgrid. So I thought it would be under add controls. It doesn't seem to be there. But what I do know is that there are a bunch of subgrids on this form. So my repairs. Let's go to first notification of loss. Now I do know that on this section there is a subgrid, and it doesn't. So I guess when I switch to classic, let's have a look. See, I'm not speaking absolute junk. And if we go to first notification of loss, pop that bad boy open there. Yep. And this, my friends, is a subgrid, as you can see. So unfortunately you don't have access to doing that within the new view, which is fine. It's still in preview, so they'll probably add it at some point once everything works really well, which it seems to be going in the right line. Let's see what else we got here. So layouts, I mean, that's pretty straightforward, you know, from a control perspective. You just add in your different tabs. Let's go to tree view. I was pretty keen on seeing what this did, right? So tree view, oh, that's cool. Oh, there's my tab of awesome. So let's see if I click here and I click on tab of awesome. It takes me to the tab, takes me to the section. I'm a bad person because I didn't rename my section. And create a by, there you are. Hey, that's cool. This is a really great way of viewing the forms. Oh, it's much easier to navigate as well. This is awesome. Goodness me. Okay, so I think this tree view is friggin' cool. Let's go to, okay, now I want to try something, right? So I want to try another control. So let's take a look at an iframe. Let's see what an iframe does. I've been a bit naughty from a demo perspective, but I've iframed a Power BI report in here. Don't judge me. Oops, what did I repair center selection? Okay, so let's have a look. Ah, there you go. Cool, cool, cool. So I've got my fields. There we are. Ah, okay. Look at that. Switch to classic view for this control's properties. So that's fine. I mean, again, it's in preview. They're probably still going to add more stuff to it. But that's fantastic. That really is fantastic. Okay. So I guess in summary, one of the real wins is from a navigation perspective and from a UX perspective, adding fields is a hell of a lot easier. I mean, obviously you can't drag and drop the fields around. Don't know if that's going to be a thing or not in the future. Hopefully. Let's have a look. I love this tree view. This tree view is fantastic. Ah, man, this is really great navigation. So if I pop into appraisals, straight up, there you go. Nice and easy. This is going to make config a hell of a lot easier. Okay, and then you've got your core menu over here. So fields, controls and layouts, tree view, and then obviously switch to classic. So I guess they're still adding more in. But yeah, this is a fantastic first crack. I think, like, for me, I'd want to not be able to go back to the classic view. Obviously, again, this is in a transitional phase, which I implore Microsoft to work as hard as they can on. But I love the fact that so much effort has gone into this, and I can't wait for it to get out of preview, and I can't wait for more stuff to be added. So fantastic job once again, Microsoft. Oh, one thing I want to check. Ah, okay, switch to classic view. Boohoo. All right. Okay, that was the last thing, I promise. So awesome job, Microsoft. I'm excited to see where this goes. Hopefully, when this comes out of preview, there'll be more stuff added. And the last thing I want to do right here, other than click on the timeline, is save. Publish. What I'm dying to do is go into my app. Play. Not going to give you the full demo. I promise you this is all going to be a secret for now. But let's go into claims and pick a random one. Tab of awesome. There you go. Cool bananas. Alright. So that's fantastic. I'm excited about this. I'm excited to see where it goes. Rock and roll. Merry Christmas. If you're reading or watching if you're watching this after Christmas, Merry Christmas for the coming year and the years to come. And fantastic. Thank you for listening to me waffle and unbox the new WYSIWYG form editor for model-driven apps. Really awesome thus far, guys. Ciao.